Is it? Bass. I think it's a spot. Dang, a nice spotted bass, guys. Oh, that was sick. It followed it just like a big one. There was 2 of them. When you mix the excitement of fishing a glide bait with the fun of just throwing small finesse baits, you get tiny glide bait fishing, guys. And it is just an absolute blast. Holy cow, on the Gilling. And when it was floating back up after one of those rocks, this nice river chunk just no doubted it, smashed it. Yo, we got the first morning that I can remember from this year where we got the steam coming off the water. I think it was 67 or 68 when I started at 7, and it's kind of the coldest part of the morning right now. And definitely as the water cooling off some, I think the water's still in the upper 70s, maybe closer to 80 even. So, ooh, I had something. But it's actually fall, it's transitioning. When that steam starts coming off the water, it starts losing temperature. Full on transition mode. So it's very calm this morning. I am going to try to throw some top water, but I want to go the swim bait route for just a little while. But hopefully we can get on a few good fish this morning. Oh, guys, got one. Tiny glide fish. What is it? Bass. I think it's a spot. Dang, a nice spotted bass, guys. One of the biggest spots I've caught on the river in a while. Hit it more like a topwater, but that's okay. Y'all are gonna laugh when you say what I think is a big spot down here, but that really is a nice one. They don't normally get much bigger than 12 inches. He's probably closer to like 14. Fell victim to the tiny glide. I'm throwing that tiny glide on my Arc Gravity BFS with 6-pound fluoro on my Dobbin 7'4" Sierra. That's a cool starter fish for this morning. Ooh. Ooh, another one, guys. Tiny glide fish. Little bass. Yeah, it's a little bass. So there's a prime reference, guys. That is what I would consider to be like a normal size spotted bass in here. Really small. That one that we caught was about 3 times bigger than this one. It was a good size one for sure. I said I was not gonna let that happen. I literally just patched 3 holes because of fish doing that. And I let the little guy squirt. Hopefully that didn't just make another fish spine hole, but you know what? That's what you deal with when you fish off an inflatable, so. And I will not complain about catching bass on the tiny glide. Too much fun. Pipsqueak again, guys. He came on the walking bait. Even smaller one than that last one, guys. Little spot, but that's the top water I'm throwing this morning. It's Jeff's Southern Illinois Pond Hopper Pond Spook. He's caught it in a bone. Very subtle rattle, walks extremely well, 10-pound braid. And on my new BFS Curado, guys, had a guy named Kyle Hoffman, Kansas boy, just sent me a few reels because he can't use them anymore due to his right hand not being able to crank anymore, so he's switching to left-handed, and he had these to spare and sent them my way. Huge shout out to Kyle, man. Such a gem for being generous enough to do that for me. But got one. Nice little largie. I could see him waking it behind there, and he ate it very, very, very subtly. So getting to be on the better track, guys, not a nursery school spot. So let's keep fishing. Oh my goodness, guys. Big bass on the tiny glide. They're just not digging the top water. I want to keep throwing the swim bait there. He ate it on the paws. I mean, he's not big, but he's decent. Bigger than the micro spots on top water. Nowhere to grab him. A lot of hooks on him. He slammed it too. Did not hesitate. Tiny glide it is then. I have a bad feeling once the sun gets high, it's gonna be a very tough bite. But right about 8:30 in the morning, so hopefully we got enough time to get a few more fish on the moving baits this morning. Got it. This fish got away the last cast, guys. I got him this time though. It's a nice bass on the tiny. Oh, come here. He's gonna high stick me. There we go. Bites are just gonna be a little harder to come by today, but this one will be worth the wait. Nice little river butterball. Not very long, but pretty wide. It's always so much fun how much of a fight they can put up on that little ultralight casting rod, ultra finesse casting rod in the gravities, guys, especially with 6-pound line, man. These little 14 to 15 inch largies just feel like trucks. So much fun. He's got a hook broke off in him too. I'll get that out for you, buddy. It just doesn't seem like a morning where the topwater bite's going to be fire when it's dead calm. So what other really fun way to catch them than on a tiny glide bait? Thank you, buddy. Guys, that broken off treble was mine. You see how my front treble only has 2? When he bit the cast before that and I went to set the hook, the treble broke off. I think that, see how they kind of get bent out? Those light wire sticky JDM trebles that you use on baits like this, they are extremely sticky, like I just said. However, they bend very easily. You cannot horse fish at all. So when they bend out and you re-straighten them, it makes them super fragile. So I'm thinking that front treble is due for an oil change. So I'll have to get some more sticky little trebles and change that out. But for now, I guess I'm just gonna risk it the rest of the morning and rely on those 5 remaining trebles to stick to a bass if I get some more fish on it. Oh, that was sick. It followed it just like a big one. There was 2 of them. That was so cool. He might even be a little bigger than the last fish we caught. He is bigger. 2 of them followed the arrow in just like a bigger glide bait and smashed it right by the board, guys. Thankfully he got that back treble too. Definitely fatter. That's definitely a little bit bigger than the last one we caught. That was awesome. When you mix the excitement of fishing a glide bait with the fun of just throwing small finesse baits, you get tiny glide bait fishing, guys, and it is just an absolute blast. Got one, boys. Got one. Feels a little better. Another spot. Spots fight hard, even though they're not very big. They fight hard. Got him. Stumpy spotted bass right there. Man, guys, just dead still. And if y'all have been watching my channel for a year or two now, you realize that I do fish the river quite a bit. But then you would also understand on flat water days like this, it is normally so tough. So the fact that we're drawing pretty consistent bites on a technique that I didn't necessarily used to throw, that's fun. You know, that's kind of figuring a few things out and making what would normally be a tough day of fishing much more enjoyable. Whoa, dang, on the Gilling. Spotted bass came unglued on it. I threw the notch and had one fish on, but he got off. I'm really just wanting to try to capitalize on what little bit of a moving bite I think we have left this morning. So I put something on that we could cover more water with. That thing is twitching. That is an angry little fish who is fat. He eats a lot. But y'all haven't seen me pull that out since the spring, man. Such a fun bait. Crank down, finesse, bluegill style glide bait. Has a circuit board lip on it. It is a G-Crack Gilling Twister 75, 3/8 of an ounce, and it's a high float, so when you pause it, it comes right back up to the surface like a crankbait, and it's silent though. Just like a swim bait. Chrome color for this sunny day and pretty stained water. Let's see if we can actually get a big bass on it. Got one, boys. That's a good bass. Holy cow, on the Gilling. No, 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 no. Yep, really good one. Long one. Oh, crap. Dude, that thing is so dark too. He lives under a rock. There's a big fish. There we go, guys. Nice, nice one. That is such a fun swim bait to throw. That Gilling Twister 75, guys. Little crank down bluegill swim bait, circuit board lip on it, on 7-pound sunline and a Sioux Genius. I'm slow rolling it along the rocks. And when I bump one, I let it slowly float back up. And when it was floating back up after one of those rocks, this nice river chunk just no doubted it, smashed it. Got one. Oh, got him again. Oh, they're double tapping it. That's like the second time that's happened to me today. Hook them once, they come back for it, set it again, and then come off. Just must be nipping it or something. Guys, got one. Clobbered it. I think it's a big spot. Nice spot, I should say. I had a decent sized largie follow it back there too, but did not eat it. Saw him swim off right when he got by the board. Spotted bass roped it. A nice healthy river spotted bass there on that beautiful little Gilling Twister. There we go. Another one, boys. Smaller than large, it looks like. Really do not want to drag a worm today, and I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to ride this bait out until we get back to the put-in spot. That one's not bad. Still just ripping that gilling around. So much fun. More like a crankbait. Got teeth marks all over it. Gonna have to get some spares for this fall. Well, that's not at all how I expected that trip to go, guys. Honestly, I thought I was going to be able to just keep that pond spook on, that little topwater, and just tear him up this morning, but that was not to be. There was supposed to be a light south wind all morning, and it was just not there. It was dead slick calm. So instead of just dragging a worm or, you know, putting a Ned rig or something like that on, I was like, how else could I catch them that would still be fun? Finesse swim bait, and it did the trick, guys. Caught some on the Era, and the biggest fish of the day on that Gilling twister, which is a blast to just throw and run it like a crankbait. I did try to throw the Naj as well, guys. I tried to throw that Euro Tackle Naj, and I had one on, but he didn't stay on, and that was like the only bite that I got. So then that's when I switched to throwing the Gilling, and that thing got tore up. This is the same bait from the spring. It's got teeth marks all over it. Like I said, I need to get a backup on that. Jeff's little pond spook, even though the bite wasn't great for topwater this morning, this is a solid little custom spook, just like everything that he's made for me. This one's 70 millimeters long, and it's like 7 grams. Casted really well on that BFS Curado. Still not quite as far as what the Art Gravity can throw them, but it was far enough. The fish just were not going to eat it this morning, but it does have a subtle rattle, and it did have a very good side-to-side walking action on it. And as always, y'all, don't forget, we are in the month of October. At the end of this month, who's ever sent me the biggest picture of a bass with lips closed here, tail pinched down here, whoever sends me the biggest picture of a bass on this measuring mat will win a prize pack from Southern Illinois Pond Hopper Custom BFS baits. So don't forget about that. It's not too late. If y'all want one of those measuring mats to get into all future contests, all you got to do is email me your information at my Gmail account, which is listed in the description above. I did enjoy this trip, guys, and if y'all did too, please leave a like for me. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet, guys. Always talk with me down in the comments below and let me know how fishing's treating you. Check out the links to gear and the fish rulers in the description above, and check out the link to more bait finesse bass action in the pinned comment below. Please share this with a finesse loving friend and help me grow my channel, guys. I'm really trying to hit that 3,000 subscriber mark by the end of the year as a goal. But thank you so much for watching, and y'all take her easy. We'll catch you on the next one. Oh, that was sick. It followed it just like a big one. There was 2 of them. That was so cool. He might even be a little bigger than the last fish we caught. He is bigger.